So this week's episode of Little Witch Academia, I have to say, might be the most interesting and well-directed episodes of anime that I've seen in quite a long time. I mean, there is references galore. No matter how many references you notice in this episode, there's bound to be some you didn't notice. Some from other anime, some from just kind of fairy tales, like kind of Alice in Wonderland. There's a lot of just references from different mediums, and that's one of the most enjoyable factors of this episode. But just the way it was structured, the way it was paced, the way it was visually directed, it just sticks out to me as being one of the most interesting and well-directed episodes of anime that I've seen in recent memory. I mean, it's not the best of all time, nothing can top it, but it definitely sticks out as being some of the best that I've seen in recent memory. This was a good episode. I mean, it was probably the most different episode we've had of Little Witch Academia so far. We are going into Sucy's mind as she's experimenting with this poison. She wants to pretty much become the best witch ever. She wants to be able to control these mushrooms, and she experiments and she drinks it, and then she goes into a slumber that she cannot wake up from. So Akko gets to enter her mind through like this dream world magic, kind of some weird mumbo jumbo stuff like that. But when Akko was walking through her mind, seeing all the different versions of Sucy, some that are just lust, some that are just, I like spitting on people. There was all these individual personalities, and seeing Akko interact with them and having the devil and angel version of Sucy follow her around and help her out, it was just not only entertaining, but the world and how it was visualized was so engaging and entertaining. It was colorful. Just Trigger, they did perfect. Really, they did perfect for the visual representation of this world. It was so entertaining. We got to see signs of Sucy we don't normally get to see. We got to see just so stupid versions of her that we'll probably never see in the full-on episodes minus this dream world, because, like I said, there was like one version of Sucy who just wants to spit on people. We're probably not going to see anything, past that dream world there. But still, it was entertaining seeing all the different versions and how that when like new versions, new ideas, and new kind of mindsets of Sucy pop up, there's like this courtroom that pretty much just sentence them all to death so she doesn't change or evolve, it seems like. At least that's how I kind of portrayed that. So when Akko was freeing them, like the kid and all that, and she just kind of cuts the ropes for them, sets them free, it was just entertaining, but it was just really cool to see all these different versions of Sucy because we don't really know her that well as of yet. We have this idea that she's kind of a prankster, she's kind of rebellious, but we haven't really been able to see inside her mind or see her grow or develop yet. So going directly into her mind to see how varied her personality is, it was quite interesting. And I have to say, the fact that her room, the real Sucy, was at 666, the frickin' devil, that was funny. But I thought though, when we were at that car chase, when all the Sucys were merging into one demonic beast to become the real one, and Akko was in that car, I had to say, like, that was some pretty Lupin the Third kind of shit that, like just the way it was visually directed, it just reminded me of that. I'm not sure if that's the reference they were going for or not, but I thought it was visually directed quite well. But I mean, the entire episode was pretty damn interesting. But when we see the movie theater, when pretty much it's like memories of Sucy in the movie theater, we see Diana as like this weird kind of wicked witch of the West kind of a thing, but then we see how she's portraying Akko in some like classic Disney cartoon style. Is just funny with that. But just overall, like, it's kind of how it was, but she does have fond memories of Akko, so it is good to see that she isn't all just I care for myself. She obviously does care for her friends, though it is clouded by some corruption here and there. But really, at the core, this was, I think, the best episode. I thought last week was the best episode of Little Witch Academia, but I think this steals the show. It was clever, it was unique, it had tons of references. Like, seriously, even if you try to pinpoint all the references, I'm sure you're gonna miss some. But I just thought the way it was structured, the way it was paced, it was fun, it was exhilarating, and definitely the most different episode we've seen so far. And I think it's the proper way to kind of get some character development, or at least more understanding for a character like Sucy, by going into her mind in such a crazy dreamlike world. I thought it was just a visually entertaining but also amazingly directed episode, and I can't wait to see what they do next week. I mean, the last couple episodes have been phenomenal. The series overall has been fun, but the last couple episodes definitely are sealing the show and making this seem just so damn amazing and so damn impressive. And like, the thing I just really appreciate is there is no sense of danger with Little Witch Academia. This is a show for all ages. So even when like the guillotine was coming down on Akko and she caught it, you knew she wasn't gonna get her head cut off. There is no sense of danger, and I kind of like that because it's just carefree, magical fun, and I think we need shows like this every now and again. And I had a lot of fun with this episode. Definitely a near perfect episode. There was a couple of animation hiccups here or there, but really, because of the art style Trigger is using for Little Witch, it doesn't ever like really look bad, just more freeform, which is why I'm glad they went with a more kind of Disney colorful approach than something more realistic that you would see with like Ufotable or Kyoto Animation. Not to say like the realistic character models, just a more cleanly detailed, polished character model. I'm glad they do more freeform here. But I had a lot of fun with this episode. I'd be interested to hear, did people love it? Did they hate it? Was this your favorite episode or was this your least favorite episode? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. And before you leave, hit that like button to show your support. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. So until next time, everyone, please take care and have a good one.